Bella came to us with special needs. What we were told from China was that she had cleft lip, repaired cleft lip, and a burn on her left arm. However, that was not the case when we got to China.
We've tried to get her IEP 3 to 4 times, but she was not. She's one of those gray box area people that she doesn't quite fit the box. And it was very frustrating for my wife and I to get her help.
I've been teaching, this will begin my 30th year teaching. I know what is expected in school. I know the academic standards. I know how much is expected of kids today. And when kids are struggling, it makes it really hard for them to catch up, usually.
It takes an advocate to really come in and explain how that health connection is directly connected to what they're seeing in the classroom.
More and more specialists said to us, there were concerns. She wasn't picking up things, she had speech delays, she wasn't understanding basic concepts in school. But school just kind of pushed it off. They kept saying, oh, she'll catch on. She's got it. Everything will be fine. We'll make it fine. We'll do this, we'll do that. But none of those strategies were working for Bella. That's really hard as a parent. We signed on with EAPP about 2 days before Bella's qualifying meeting. And EAPP and Christy and Kyle had written an extensive letter of recommendations for school. And when they qualified her based on her medical conditions, because of her heart and her ADHD and her migraines and her cleft and all the things that Bella has, then school took this letter with 36 accommodations, and bam, suddenly we have a 504. And Christy and her therapist and us and the whole team at school met in May 2018, and we created the initial 504 plan for her. Before Kyle and Christy's program stepped in, I was so frustrated as a parent. I could not get any help for my kid. I thought I was at dead end, and yet knew my child needed help. And how are we going to make this happen? But when they stepped in, they gave me a chance to breathe. They took some weight off my shoulders, and knew that I had backing, I had help, I had support.
When the family becomes involved with our program and we're able to close some of those communication gaps and help the school to provide enhanced services that reflect the child's true needs, when school improves, home life also improves. We take the onus off the family for the role of being the child's advocate in the school environment, and we let the parents focus on being parents. So that they're able to interact with their kid and encourage their child's development, focus on after school time being fun and not just about homework.
Before EAPP got involved, life at home was extremely hard. It was a daily battle of not only Bella having ADHD and very hyper and not able to control her emotions, and we'd see when meds wore off and we'd have meltdowns constantly. And then when they got involved, they stepped in and did things like shorten her homework assignments, make some other accommodations on the 504 to help her so we would have less breakdown at home by turning the school into ones that needed to take responsibility and let me step out of the role of a teacher and let me step in the role as the mom.
You feel like you're not getting anywhere, and with the EAPP, they stepped in and helped cross that line so we can get some help for her, and it's a relief for not only my wife and I, but I think it's a relief for Bella that she can get some help in some of these things without being pulled aside and labeled a special needs child. And I think it's really helped out in the long run for everybody.
What we want to make sure we are doing is giving each child access to their own level of achievement. We want to push our patients and push our families to live the greatest life they possibly can. And that looks very, very different across the board. So our team makes achievement a goal in whatever form it comes for that patient and family.